Are property taxes going to go up locally here? Welcome to another episode of Coming Soon to San Mateo County. We have 4 articles to share with you. Let's jump into it. The first one is the city of San Mateo specifically is proposing ways to increase tax revenue. There might be some higher property transfer taxes and also sales taxes under consideration by the city council right now. What's going to happen? We don't really know yet, but you'll be first to know if there is something that's voted on. The city claims that there is limited ways to generate more revenue for the city to fill specific shortfalls that their budget needs. And the 2 things that they are looking at are property transfer taxes and also sales taxes for all goods and services potentially that might go up here. Is that a good or bad thing? What are your thoughts about that? A lot of people ask me what I feel about it as a local resident and also business owner. And it just reminds me of this really interesting poll that recently on Twitter, Elon Musk had put out. And here's the poll. Elon asked, who do you trust less? And it's a real question. Politicians or billionaires? 75.7% of the poll trusted politicians less than billionaires. And the justification given by a lot of these people were billionaires spend their own money while politicians spend our hard-earned tax dollars. Now I get that any government body is usually, fingers crossed, with good intentions, spending money on things that us in the community need. However, I can't say that's 100% of the time. And also, I think when it comes to, just like in business and also in government, when there's a budget involved, when there's a P&L involved, you cannot out-revenue your way if you have too much expenses and if you're not troubleshooting those expenses. So I think we don't necessarily need a better way to generate revenue. We probably need a better way to look at the expenses and what and where the money's going towards. We need some transparency in that. And I think that's what we should be looking at, and that's what politicians, not necessarily just looking at ways to increase taxes, but are we spending our current dollars that the government is spending in the right direction? Now let's change subjects. There's gonna be more jobs coming to the Peninsula, specifically San Carlos and specifically biotech. We all know that the biotech hub here in the Peninsula is in South San Francisco. Well, according to Presidio Bay Ventures, they're excited to break ground at 777 Industrial Road to bring a new wave of innovation to a more southern city in San Carlos. It's going to house 4 stories of life science commercial space, and 500 to 600 employees are going to be housed in this new development, which means this project is going to bring additional economic activity to downtown San Carlos. And also, they're expecting construction to take 19 months, so look out for the completion. And here's story number 3. Do you remember for years that we've been hearing about the high-speed rail coming from LA all the way up to here in San Francisco? Well, it made the news again. In the San Mateo Daily Journal, it says litigation looms over California's high-speed rail and a specific development in Millbrae. As we know, the cities across the county are looking for places and ways to increase available housing. And housing being a priority, according to this article, is putting a halt or at least a hurdle into the high-speed rail that we've been hoping for, or some of us have been hoping for. Clearly, there's 2 sides to this. The state that has been looking for an easier way or an alternative way to commute from Northern to Southern California, and a city, specifically in this case, Millbrae, that's prioritizing housing, which is a plan that the state is pushing for to create more available housing for residents or migration to California. And here's story number 4. San Mateo City is looking to create 11,000 units of housing and has found the locations of where they're roughly going to be built in the future. 2,400 are going to be located near the Hillsdale Station South, 2,000 near Highway 101 and 92, almost 19,000 near the Bridgepoint area where Costco, Target are located, 1,000 near downtown, over 800 near Highway 92 in El Camino, over 3,000 near other sites, and 480 ADUs they're looking to approve. Around 2,000 are going to be for very low income housing, 1,500 for low income, 1,600 for moderate, and the rest are going to be for above and normal housing. How do you feel about all the housing that's going to be in place or being developed in the city? It is going to be denser, and it looks like we're anticipating an influx of population, or at least a current lack of available housing, which is true. As a real estate agent, I see that there's many families chasing few homes and few condos. With the changes in the economic conditions right now, is that going to continue to be the case? It's going to be really hard to say. We are going up against some seasonal trends as inventory increases to Q3 of this year. So you'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. And that's that for what's happening in San Mateo County. We hope you found this helpful. If there's anything you want us to chat about or want us to highlight, put it in the comments and we will review it. See you on the next one.